Tensions rise in SWAT Season 8, Episode 11, as the team faces one of their toughest cases yet. In Amber, Gamble finds herself under fire after being unfairly suspected due to her family's criminal ties. Meanwhile, Hondo and the team race against time to handle a high-stakes kidnapping case. Is Gamble being set up? Can she clear her name? Join us as we break down all the key moments, twists, and shocking revelations from this intense SWAT episode. Deputy Chief Bennett was back at SWAT headquarters. She was married to Warden Bennett. Her husband lost his job for mishandling a jail riot, and his dismissal was due to Hicks. Hicks came out against him. Before a hearing, he presented the truth about what occurred during the riot. Now the deputy chief has admitted that when she accused one of his officials of corruption, she was telling the truth. Officer Gamble remained involved with her family. Her family was all crooks. Her father was serving a life term for killing a cop. The Los Angeles Police Department's cargo theft unit was investigating her brothers. Her brothers were able to flee captivity. The police had a sting operation in place. They were ready to apprehend her brothers and some cousins for a crime when the stolen shipment vanished. It was as though they had been warned. Naturally, Officer Gamble was the primary suspect. SWAT assisted the police in their investigation of her family. The operation itself was announced on the SWAT bulletin board. Gamble was aware of the situation. She also has a personal interest in safeguarding her family. Bennett wanted to take her down. Hicks was not going to let this happen. He spoke out for his officer. He doesn't think Gamble was the leaker. They also have bigger issues to worry about. A 6-year-old child was snatched from her front garden. She and her mother were about to depart when Mom realized she had left something behind. She ran inside in less than a minute. She came out to hear her daughter scream from the back seat of a car while the abductor drove away with her. The little girl's name is Gracie Walls. She could not have been abducted by her father. Her father died 6 months ago of a tumor. He was a cop, thus, Gracie's case was personal to SWAT. Gracie didn't have much family other than her mother. This could not have been a family kidnapping, which made matters worse. Being taken by a stranger reduces Gracie's life expectancy. The odds were that she would be killed within the first 3 hours. The team worked to find her before the time ran out. They identified the vehicle that transported her. The owner of the car was apparently out of town. His neighbor was watching his cat, and there was something strange about him. Powell suspected him from the beginning. The neighbor never questioned why the police were hunting for the car. Most folks would be curious. This person wasn't, and Powell thought she heard mumbling from inside his house. It turned out to be his dog, but the guy had just gone grocery shopping. Not just any groceries. He purchased all of Gracie's favorites. Gracie likes peanut butter and banana sandwiches. She also exclusively drinks strawberry milk because her father says that's what princesses drink. The suspect purchased all of those products. It could hardly have been a coincidence. They arrested Stephen Owens, the strange neighbor. He instantly contacted a lawyer. His lawyer turned out to be Deacon's wife, Annie. Annie poked multiple holes in their case with Owens. The police were forced to release him. They did, however, continue to monitor him. They had people monitoring him all day, and unfortunately they discovered he wasn't doing it alone. Owens did not have family photos. He had landscape photographs. One guy took the images. The guy's name is Denton Pryor. Pryor paid Owens with photographs. Owens was an accountant. They also had the same interest. Pryor was arrested in another state for engaging in an inappropriate relationship with a youngster. He pleaded guilty to a lesser offense. He completed his probation and then departed town. He came to LA. He met Owens. They posted images of more than just architecture. Pryor took school pictures. He retained a few school portraits of little ladies and has a trophy wall in his studio. The cops looked for the girls on the trophy wall. They were all abducted. They haven't been seen since. The first girl was stolen in 2018, while the other girls were taken 18 months later, separated from one another. The men were serial murders. They have been doing this for a time. Gracie was the newest girl. Pryor has her someplace. He's only waiting for Owens to come up, and Owens can't go straight to meet him. He needed to get away from the cops who were observing him. He hopped the back fence. He messaged Annie from another phone. The second phone was tracked back to the train station. Owens tried to make a break for it. He was going to leave Pryor alone. He was unaware that Powell had found out where Pryor could be hiding the girl. Powell recalled the farmhouse photographs that both men were infatuated with. They were infatuated with the farmhouse since it was their personal spot. Powell found the place. Hicks granted her permission to take Tan with her. They both discovered the farmhouse. They discovered Gracie. Gracie was bound to a bed. Tan left to retrieve bolt cutters from the truck. However, it wasn't essential. Powell found something nearby to liberate the girl, and she was leaving with her when Pryor discovered them. Pryor pulled a gun on them. Thank you for watching.